Hello everyone. It's a Friday evening and today we are here to have our guest of honor Manoj and knowing him sharing his wisdom, who will be sharing his wisdom with us, who is a Tantra researcher, who is a neuroscience coach, who is a yoga shiromani. So let me quickly add Manoj. Hi Manoj. Hello.
Hi, Pooja.
How are you? How's everything?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm doing well too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for acknowledging my request to join us live on this session, on this live podcast. And you are a Tantra researcher, you are a neuroscience coach, you are a yoga shiromani. So many wisdom you are carrying within. And today, let's spill the beans and share with us everything you want to teach us, and we can know from you in this short, quick session. So, uh, how would you define yourself, Manoj, with all these learnings, all these knowings?
Yeah, thank you very much, Pooja, for inviting me to your podcast.
Pleasure is mine.
I was very surprised in the beginning when I heard from you and how we found each other. I think that is incredible way of this world that how we are able to connect to each
Yes,
other.
yes,
So I think the internet really has some big advantages.
yes, yes, definitely.
And uh, and thank you very much for your kind introduction.
Yes,
What I'm trying to do with the work that I'm involved with as a practicing yogi and living a life with my family, um, and and seeing many people that who are from the Western world. And when I go to India, I observe the same thing. And one thing I find very common among everybody, that we as human being are actually very peaceful being.
yes,
Essentially, we are very peaceful. And when we grow up in our life and going through our journey,
yes, yes,
life gets on with us. And that's how all the tendencies start to build up. In a
yes,
simple way to understand that, it's like you are building block, like having those building blocks of your life, how to survive in a way. Because nobody is in your journey to tell you how to thrive actually.
true.
And and I think this is kind of something is common everywhere, that everybody is so good and they are doing their best in their life, and the life just got on very stressful and full of kind of you're living from one thing to the next without pausing, without taking it slow. So people are having this burnout.
Definitely. Yes,
People are stressed because they are constantly chasing time.
yes,
They are constantly are in this mode of action all the time.
yes, yes,
And on top, having a device in our hand, which I believe it's a great tool, but when we get in this autopilot kind of a trance in our life, then we start to use it to fill the vacuum and start to consume it. And we are thinking that we are consuming the content and entertaining ourselves, but actually other way around is happening. Somebody else is consuming your attention, your energy.
yes. Perfect.
So
Right.
so I think this is this overall kind of a package of
Yes,
what I see in the society everywhere, which is a common kind of phenomenon.
yes, yes, yes. Definitely, especially in this so true, so profound. Especially we are living in such distracting times where the especially the mobile devices and all this, the content is consuming us. You told it. It's not that we are consuming that. It's taking our time. It's taking our attention, and whatever we are left with, whatever energy, and then after that, then maybe we are putting some efforts there. Right.
That's right, Pooja.
And you are you living a family also, you told me yogic lifestyle maybe within your family. How does that look like? I'm curious to know. Like I saw you are playing veena with your son, right? And how beautiful
Yeah.
is that? And you
Mm.
on your yoga studio. So how
Mm.
does that yogic lifestyle, like running a family from the point of yogic lifestyle, how does that look like?
Mm. Yeah, that's very interesting. My family life is kind of a mix of the yogic and the scientific life.
Okay.
My wife, she is a pioneer breast cancer expert.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
So she bring this kind of wisdom from the science. When we talk about things, we are able to relate with the logic, intuition, and philosophy, and our own philosophy that we are developing in our journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think instead of having a yogic life, our lifestyle is pretty much organic in a way. How we know the value to wake up early in the morning,
Mm.
how we understand that being ethical means you should know what to eat and what not to eat. So we eat food which is vegetarian. We know the value of your physical workout, that you name it, with the asana practice, with biking, swimming, you're running, going to a gym. It can be anything. We understand the value of stillness. So yeah, finding ourselves this 5-10 minutes to just kind of sit with the breath. That's
Yes.
kind of our homely kind of a practice. And learning Veena, I think one I am very grateful that never in my life I imagined, even in my wildest dream, that this will happen. But life really has kind of something for you where it's then it goes on the vibration state. See, that's what now we're entering into the world of Tantra. When you have a certain way of doing things and certain way of thinking, you meet a certain kind of people in your journey,
And
and then you know it whether you want to connect with them or not. So one thing can lead to the next. So long story short, that's how we got to meet very interesting people. And my son and I have this opportunity to learn from a tradition of the Veena and this Vidya. Like if they are carrying it from 11 written and recorded generations, and and countless unrecorded, just oral tradition.
it's available around you, and that's how beautiful it is. Like you are
Yes,
physically able to do it. It's not offline, online.
it's
Sorry.
yes, it's that's I think it's very magical that okay, online you can find anything you what you want, you can get it, you can get started at least. But to have somebody kind of near you and you have this real experience, I think that means a lot,
Yes.
and that can really open up something in
Yes.
you. So my son, he's learning something, and what I see in his eyes, like it's very fascinating how the Indian classical music is based on nada. The whole philosophy of the Indian music is about Shruti is the mother and Lay is the father.
Okay.
So
Shruti.
tempo is
Okay.
the masculine,
Okay.
and the Shruti, kind of listening, is the feminine. So everything that is originates from India has such a beautiful emotions and philosophy and science behind it.
Yes. Yes.
The Indian classical music is not just Hindustani music, which it's very popular, but the classical music of India comes actually from the lineage of women. They are leading it through Veena. So that's very fascinating. I think that itself is a topic, Pooja. We're
Yes.
not going to
Yes.
get
Yes.
deep into that, but
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
I can very much.
Veena is
Right.
special.
Yes, yes, yes. So amazing, like knowing all of this, like knowing that when you know masculine, feminine, how universe is whole imbibed in this, and then everything has its, like you told about the music, it's like I heard it first time, and how profound is that also, how beautiful is that also, that Shruti is feminine and then life is masculine. So amazing that it's so much. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was my first lesson. Yeah.
Okay. And how the slowing down happens in day to day life, how the stillness happens. Because the family life has its own chaos also, right? Family life living together has its own demanding also, has its own demands also, right? When you are
Mm,
doing that upbringing,
mm,
coming up together and all. So how the stillness together happens,
yeah.
right? How do you find
Yeah.
space and all? How
Mm,
do you intentionally do it?
yeah. You see, it's you're right that it's not so easy to slow down, and there can be many things, and in the family life there are many dynamics.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
absolutely fine.
Exactly.
The slowness you find in the moment, for example, when you are present, you're already slow. In the beginning it's kind of tedious because your brain is constantly chasing something, and I think this it's in hands, like slowness and stillness, it comes with the practice actually. Sometimes, and I think this is why somebody said that patience is the superpower in this modern age. So regaining your grip on your patience, how to regain this slowness is through the breath. There are special and simple methods of breathing that you can breathe in a certain way, accessible to everybody. Even 5-year child can do it, 100-year-old person can do it. Simple breathing exercise, not even a pranayam, that can really help you to kind of it works so effectively with your brain actually. So your amygdala kind of start to relax. Now see, we are entering into kind of a neuroscience and this brain a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
When your amygdala is not hyperactive, and that can be soothed by calm gentle breathing. In the beginning it's very hard and tedious because your body has overpowered this unnatural way and this disturbed way of breathing. But when you find this softness with the breath, when you start to find kind of a rhythm with the breath, then it's easy for your amygdala to calm down a little bit. And when it happened, Pooja, then it's very effective and very accessible to find this slowness, to come back to the present moment. And that itself is a practice. When you start to come back to the present moment, you actually realize that when you're present, you're not missing anything.
Yes.
You're not lacking anything, you know. And in a way, and more you have this kind of glimpse of the present moment that you start to come back. You find that you are the creator. Now we are talking a little bit of Advait Vedanta. No? So
Yes.
you are that. So it's only possible when you're present. It can be possible using your breath. And for the breath, you need somebody to teach you that. Because when you start to reinvent the wheel, it will take a really long time. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's why I think you can always have somebody's help.
Yes. 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 To build it into your habit, to build a practice around it, and then when you have the right
Yeah.
techniques, the right practice with you,
Mm.
then you can overcome it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Right. And that's what's the topic of today is science and soul, and we are slowly getting there, right? Like how the mind also slows down and breath also comes into picture, right? And how, like, you have been into neuroscience, you are a yoga shiromani as well, and how are things connected? Like, how do you think all of this connects everything? Right.
Yeah.
It's right because it's is it like one term and different things, different branches and all, and or how it is? Do you think? And all? different terms for a same tree.
Yeah. Yes, that's, I think the question itself is answering itself, like, because in the end of the day, everything that you want to do has to serve your life and your purpose of the life. And the purpose of your life is not dropped from the tree. You need to define it and refine it as you go forward, you know. And to do that, yoga just happened to be the great applied science for that. No, yoga is not just asana. Yoga is not just pranayam. Yoga is not just dhyan. Yoga is itself is a full package.
Okay.
Ethics are the first.
Yes.
When the ethics are clear, only then you can enter somewhere. You can do something. Then comes the asana. When your ethics are like, you have an awareness to speak truth and following certain kind of principle in your life that you keep as an anchor, then you move forward into the asana where your body, and
Yes.
through your body, your muscles, from your muscles to your nervous system, your blood, your nadi, they stimulate. So that's the first thing that you can do to serve your your neurons to get stimulated, that you move the body.
Yes.
Now that happened with the breath, and asana is a practice with kind of technicalities and also very simple as well.
Right.
And everybody, wherever they are in their journey, can adopt to that.
Yeah.
So that itself is brilliant for your motor neuron system. So you start to get the more awareness of the balance of the body. You start to get more awareness of your posture, your physical presence, because your body is the greatest tool that you have. That and this is how like it all starts. When you soothe your nervous system by moving the body with the asana and with the help of the breath and the techniques, then the pranayam can happen. That you sit and learn a technique how to breathe in, how to hold that breath, and with that moving your awareness with it. So that way you start to expand the life force. So now your neurons, they can hold on more electricity in a way. So how to simplify it is like, that when you take a phone charging cable and you want to pass just 220 volt into that, it will work. But if you want to pass 440 volts through that wire, it may get hot and eventually burned.
Fine.
So that's why we need to prepare first the nervous system to really access the power of the pranayama, which really impacts your brain. In all the parts of your brain just benefit from it. Your biochemistry start to change as well. Your cortisol start to go down. The body automatically gain a flexibility, kind of a feeling of ease, and the presence start to come. Your energy levels start to rise. You start to get more mental and physical kind of clarity, and it works very deep down to your cell system, to your DNA, to your micro RNAs. So it really has the ability to really go deep on your physical and energy body. Then after that, then are the practice of withdrawing the senses. That we have five physical senses that we want to withdraw from it,
Yes.
like a turtle withdraw itself
Yeah.
to go in the
Going.
shell.
Yes.
And that itself is a very interesting practice as well. Everybody can access that. Even the kids, they can play with it as well. Like, you can just visualizing here starts, like in a way that people talk about how to visualize. To visualize, first you need to be calm a little bit. It works. And then after the pratyahara, then the dharana, then you visualize whatever you want to visualize.
Yes.
In the beginning it will take time, but that as well, your brain plays such an important role. Your pineal gland and pituitary gland, they play such an important role to visualize.
Okay.
Okay, then it comes dhyan. Dhyan happens when you learn a certain kind of techniques and a method and stick to it for a long period. Then you start to get a glimpse of this meditativeness.
Yes.
And then spontaneously, with a long practice, and when you start to build a practice that you can sit so calmly, then you start to enter into the void, experiencing the oneness. Then you start to just have the glimpse of the Kevalya, the oneness. That
Yes.
is what Sage Patanjali has mentioned in the Ashtanga Yoga, eightfold
Yes.
yoga.
What happens inside the brain during that time? It's just it's like how does, and you told very interesting thing that our neurons even are not operating at complete capacity right now. It has more capacity and we do all these things, and
Yeah,
it's like it will be able to hold more and it will be charged more. It's like that.
yeah,
That's why they say that our brains, we are not even utilizing 1 or 2% of our brains, right? It's like the capacity is so, the potential is so much, so like infinite, and then we are not even utilizing all of it, right?
yes. You are right, Pooja. Like, imagine your brain like a iceberg.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, iceberg on the top just look like an innocent ice piece is hanging there, you know. But when you dive in, you find that, hey, this ice piece is going in more and more, and you dive kind of further. Even the light is not going there. The light start to fade away, and the
Yes,
darkness start to come. But this iceberg is still going deep down, and that's how you can talk about the brain in a very simple sense, that this your visible part, only that we think that's it. But
that's
there
it.
is so much more to the brain. Brain is consuming 20% of the entire energy that your body is creating through food and the carbohydrate, and kind of, yeah, churning everything. Your brain is extremely conservative in losing out the energy. It's like so frugal, it stops you to do anything. It start to work against you. It's okay if you're living in a cave and you're living like an animal. It's absolutely helpful to just to kind of survive, sleep, and procreate. That's it. But we as a human being, we have a special ability
Yes.
which the animals do not have. We have this kind of awareness, kind of creativity we have. We
Yes.
have this kind of will to do it or not doing it, or figuring out and kind of researching. So the creative ability is in the human being. That's why we are curious to, hey, like, I am not just here to survive, let me find out more. So you start to gain more knowledge, then you enter into the intelligence. So the brain start to gather the all the information and knowledge and start to make kind of connection of it. So you acquire some knowledge based on what is available out there.
Yes.
But then there are the techniques in yoga, in tantra, that you can rise to the third level of of your mind. Now we're talking about mind, not brain. And that is kind of like where you start to acquire the wisdom, not knowledge, but wisdom, that you start to have the connection of all the knowledge in such a way that you start to become the creator.
You start creating something out of that.
Yes, you start to create something. So this is in very simple words. Swami Vivekanand has explained the three floors of the mind,
Okay.
and most of the people are actually stuck in the middle floor and the ground floor, the
Okay.
amygdala part and the intelligentsia. They just go up and down with that.
Okay.
Like all life is like that.
Okay.
But
So it's like
and
ground part is what? Like middle part I get is gathering the knowledge. It's all knowledge. What's the ground part?
the, the ground part is puja, the survival,
The survival. Okay. I
the
get
comfort,
the comfort. It's like staying in your default mode. It's like
default mode. Yes,
default setting.
yes, your autopilot.
Your autopilot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are not putting in efforts or anything from your mind, basically.
Yes, and that's where most of the people get stuck or stay in a loop.
Hmm. Right. True. And then we gather the knowledge, and out of that knowledge and something we create, we do with our wisdom, with our intuitive abilities in it, we create.
Yeah. Yes. Because everything starts with a thought.
Hmm.
But to come to that thought, you need to have a certain level of kind of having the helicopter view.
Yeah.
No?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So true. Because when you because then only you will be able to see the things from that view, a view up, and you will
Yes.
be able to connect the dots, what is
Yeah.
making sense as per you, and then
Yes.
something unique will come out of you, which is like, which had made sense to you only, not to anyone else, maybe. Right.
Yes.
Yes. And you mentioned about Tantra as well, Manoj, and we don't know what is Tantra, so we are just curious. So if
Mm.
you can share what is Tantra, what it is all about, some maybe basics about it, and
Mm.
we, we want to know about it.
Interesting. You know, in the West, in the Western world, when you write on Google, your Tantra, you will get so much to see and everything. And most of the Tantra in the West is kind of showing this neo kind of way that they use erotica, a little bit of like, the whole idea is just built around erotica.
Okay.
That's what like in the West people automatically imagine. What's that? It has a history because that's how it was propagated here. That like we just want people to know that much and then they're happy. That's it. But everything is a consumer oriented things, that's fine. And I think in India nowadays people are talking about it a lot because it's so much ingrained practice in our daily life. For example, when in a family that we do a puja, that is kind of a ritual that is also part of Tantra because you're doing something. You're using certain kind of a method. Maybe we have forgotten most of it and not doing it kind of systematically, but we are doing something.
Right.
We have the sound, we are reciting Om, so that is the vibration. From the vibration comes the sound. From the vibration the Shabd is Brahma. It means that what you say, it never get wasted. In the universe, it always stay.
Yes.
So the vibration is very much part of the Tantra. And then there are the practices. For example, when I focus on the yogic practices, that there are the practices of meditation that that the tantric use in visualization, in other methods as well. So this is the applied kind of tantra I'm talking about because it's a big topic, but I will focus on the yogic kind of related path. For example, a Kriya Yoga is also a tantric yoga form that you do the breath, you're visualizing certain things, you're visualizing a chakra. So that is also coming from the tantra because we are using certain systems and the principles established by a lineage of people that they refined it and defined it, made it more simple, made it more accurate, and passing it on, not just kind of theoretically, but energetically as well, passing it on to the next uh, yeah, credible people. Ultimately, the thought of India is about the Vedanta, that there is this one truth, and you are that. Now, now it's very nice to read it as a philosophy and all,
Yes.
but to reach to that level where you experience the oneness, then it comes the applied science of Tantra. So you can very fast accelerate your practice to reach to this oneness, this your creative state of you. In a very simple sense is that, and of course, that can be achieved using your own creative energy. That can be achieved with certain, your pranayam, for example. That can be also achieved with simple methods like kind of gazing into your own eyes, for example, in the mirror. So that's also tantric practices.
Okay. So
No?
that is also mentioned maybe in Tantra. So it is, that this is also one practice part of Tantra, is it?
Yes, because you are energetically and very consciously you are choosing to vibrate in a certain state. So that way you are coming to that kind of level of the vibration where you already have that. You reach there. Sometimes people talk about a manifestation. That what you're asking? So the missing part in the manifestation is those using a techniques from the tantras. So it's very deep science, and I really feel kind of tempted to talk more about it, but maybe we'll leave it for later. I'm also writing a bit about it, that how the manifestation really work. Has many stories that happened to me in my life, to my wife as well, because when we have a ritual that every new moon and every full moon we sit and we get together, and we know what, like, we already have, and we want to bring it to the reality.
That,
But yes, yeah, manifestation in a way is a form of a visualization, as a tantric kind of a technique that can help you to accelerate your manifestation.
okay. So, like yoga is also applied science, which is a sequence of steps you read to the state of asana, dharana, and all, and you read to the end state, right? You follow those series of steps, and you are able to achieve that oneness. So, similarly, tantra is also a like series of steps. Is it like that? And then if we follow that, maybe, or step of rituals, maybe, and we are able to achieve that oneness. Is it? We can like say it very.
Mainly through mantra. In the
Okay.
beginning, if you remember, we talk about nad, we talk about the lay and shruti.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
Everything goes back to that, actually. Everything goes back to the nad,
Hmm.
the shabd, and the vibration. Everything will go back to that, actually,
The
because
vibration
that's the
is
pure
the
kind of
understanding.
vidya. That's the source of all the knowledge, like Vedas. All goes back to it, actually.
Yes.
And you're so right in a way that that how tantra uses, actually, you can say about yantra, but so many people, they don't exactly know how to make the yantras, like how to draw those geometrical lines in a particular way and embodying it with mantras. So mantra, I believe, this is my opinion, and in India there are expert in that. They are people that who put their full life into this, into the sadhana. But in my opinion, your mantra is everything. So mantra is the master key to access the tantra, the spaceship of tantra. In that you sit and you just in a light speed you go where you want to go. Some people, they run behind the siddhis, that some of the supernatural abilities come to everybody. It's not like they will come and drop from the sky. They are in there, in you, but they get activated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Sage Patanjali says, don't run behind the siddhis, because then you will lose your focus and you will not achieve kevalya,
Right.
oneness.
Right. Right.
No?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So people use tantras to achieve that one particular form of siddhi, basically, and people use tantra for that
Through the power of mantra.
through the power of
Because
mantra.
because kind of mantra is a
So it's
kind of a
basically
zip
dharna.
file. Yes.
It's basically dharna and concentration and visualization, and you do all of that, you are eventually able to achieve that, be it through yoga, be it through tantra, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
mantra is everything.
mantra.
It has huge impact on the brain, on your nervous system, on your body, on your slowness, on your stillness, on your personal life, on your family life, in your success, in your manifestation, in your peace, in your prosperity, in in like in the space travel. If you say so, mantra is everything actually.
Okay. So in tantra, they say mantra is everything. Like in yoga, we may say, I'm not sure if that is,
Breath is
breath is
everything, you can
everything.
say.
Breath is
I will
everything.
say in yoga, breath is everything.
Breath is everything. That's what I was coming
In
to. But yes, in
Tantra,
tantra, they say mantra
mantra
is
is
everything.
everything.
Okay, okay, got
Yeah,
it.
to me, this is my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's like as per your wisdom, right? Because we all are,
Yes.
we don't know, but as per your wisdom. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Now I'm getting some parts of it. Yeah, amazing. Okay, and how your daily routine looks like? You on a beautiful yoga studio and your entire family, and what's one daily ritual that you stand by and that is helping you to take you to your next level or higher self, or maybe whatever, if Cavalier is the goal, final goal, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, it's very simple, and we are trying to simplify it even further so we don't have to have a load to make our day, something like that. But yeah, I mean, this is a privilege that sometimes I can make time in the daytime for myself to sit like I'm sitting here with you now. And mostly evening time is that we have the family time, and on the weekend. So those are the days where we are together, we are doing things as a family. In the week, it depends on our timetables. For example, now I'm sitting in our home and my son came from the school, but he know it. He's back from the school, he will change, he will do his things. And then at about 4 or 5 p.m. we go out and play a little bit. Then I go and teach my class when I have it or my team has it. It depends. Then my wife comes and we have some time in the evening. And of course you got to anchor your day with certain, yeah, practice. My practice is that every morning I wake up and I go on my mat. I go on my asan as the yogi says. No, and then after that, I start my day.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. So much of wisdom is shared in this session, and I also got to know so much of this. Like, I love the point where you like relate the yoga with the like expansions of mind. How actually the things are happening inside when we are doing yoga, right? We just know one part of it, and then the other scientific part of it is also, you put a very beautiful light on that. And
Mm,
the Tantra part was also amazing, which I love listening to, and maybe we can have more conversations around it. And Lai, Shruti, all these things. And
mm.
thank you for sharing your beautiful wisdom with us, Manoj. It was a beautiful, beautiful session, and more to talk to you. I maybe keep sending you my questions if I have any. And and if you want to share any message with us all, anything you want to say while we are ending this beautiful session.
Yeah, thank you, Pooja. That's very kind of you. Surely, as we go forward, I believe there will be few things are going to come up. Of course, you're more than welcome to ask me the question that you think that I can help you with. If I not, I try to find out who can help you. In my journey, what I realize is, and it's more kind of a realization that I try to also practice it in my life, is that focus on progress, not perfection.
Right.
Don't overestimate from yourself. Just do what you can. Do it again on the next day.
I have a quick question.
My son is here.
I am.
Is that a deep? Because they're asking how old is your grandfather?
Mm.
Ashik, always.
Say hi to me.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, Pooja. Thank you very much for having me on your podcast on
So, thank you.
Instagram.
Thank you. Thank you, Manoj. Okay.
Thank you, Pooja.
Bye bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.